Well, before we get in the program, it's time for this week's Joke of the Week.
You might get this one. What do trees drink?
Water? Sunlight?
It's a joke.
It's a joke. I know, but you asked me what they drink. They drink water. Plants drink water.
Root beer. Root beer.
Root beer, okay.
This week's garden joke is brought to you by Rescue.com. American-made rescue products keep your family home and yard protected from pest insects like wasps, hornets, yellow jackets, flies, ants, and more. Learn more at Rescue.com. That's RESCUE.com.
See, I don't know the answer because I don't know what the joke is, so I go into it blind.
Oh, you don't look at it?
I don't look at it, yeah. I don't. It's not fun if I look at it.
That's true.
Cucumbers. Many of us grow cucumbers for a variety of reasons, from eating to canning. There are estimated over 100 varieties of cucumbers. There are many different types of cucumbers and many different categories in which they fall under, determining by variations of size, shape, color, and flavor. Pickling, slicing, eating. There's all different types of purposes for cucumbers. It is technically a fruit, Holly, and it has about 95% water.
Yes.
Now, see, growing up on the farm, only thing I ever knew of a cucumber was the pickling cucumbers. We never did.
You never had like slicing cucumbers?
We ate the pickling cucumbers as slicing cucumbers.
So
Mom would mix it in with a mixture of vinegar and oil, and then add a couple of a pepper, a cucumber, and a couple of slices of tomato, and that was kind of the dredge,
like a salad,
liquid salad type thing. So we never did like Market More 76 or anything. We just did pickling cucumbers. That's all we ever grew. And we would put up 30, 40, 50 quarts of pickles a year.
Did your mom put cloves in her pickled cucumbers? Did they taste like cloves?
No.
Clove flavor?
It was just vinegar. It was more of a vinegar. I'm sure there was cloves in it, but I just remember it being a pickle, a good
like
pickle.
A dill?
Yeah, dill pickle flavor.
Interesting. All right. Well, yeah. So, technically fruit, high in fiber, 9% water. They
high in fiber. Yeah,
high in fiber. They help with your story threw me off here. They help with blood sugar regulation, hydration because they're 95% water.
We are not doctors.
Yeah.
Check with your physician if you're going to utilize the consumption of cucumbers for specific medical purposes.
But they do contain vitamins B1, B2, B3, B5, and B6, folic acid, vitamin C, calcium, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, and zinc. So if you want to know the specific amounts of those, you'd have to look that up. But
I'm sure it varies from variety to variety. It's not just a standard across the board. Cucumbers.
Do you have a favorite cucumber now?
I don't know. I don't have a favorite.
I like lemon cucumbers. We haven't grown those for a while.
That basically they look like a lemon or the size of a tennis ball, and they're yellow. Don't pickle or don't can them.
There was a cucumber I didn't like. I can't remember what it was.
There was some. I forget.
The spiky one? Was there a spiky one? No?
Jelly melon, but that's not really. But that's not a cucumber.
Anyway,
there's some potato cucumbers. They look like little potatoes.
I don't think I like
and then
that.
there was white cucumbers.
That's kind of weird.
There's multiple varieties. We've grown several different varieties. The tried and true is the
Market More is kind of the...
Yeah, the Market More and the pickling cucumber.
Yeah. All right, anyway. So they originated from Southeast Asia, and China actually produces 76 of cucumber...
76%.
76. Just 76.
Yeah.
76.
You weren't here for rehearsal, were you?
No. 76% of cucumber and gherkin production in the world. That's a lot of cucumbers.
And think what you want to think, but it's amazing when you start looking of where certain foods come from that you think, oh, cucumbers. That's like totally easy. There's like billions of acres of cucumbers that can be grown in America. 76% of the cucumber production in the world comes from China.
Yeah. So they can go up to 2 feet long. There's that long
American yard long, which we have grown, American yard long cucumber. And when we harvested it, it was literally about 36 inches long. And we peeled it. It had the flavor of a cantaloupe or muskmelon. It did not have like a cucumber flavor. It was a very sweet.
That's right.
Yeah, very sweet flavored, almost candy-like taste.
I can eat a lot of vegetables plain.
Uh-huh.
But cucumbers, I cannot eat.
You got to add something
Yeah,
like
I gotta dip them or put some salt on them. Or
but pickles itself, you could eat a jar of a pickle. You
I'm
know
not
how many
eating
people in the world can't or don't have the concept to understand that a cucumber put in vinegar in a jar turns into pickles?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that can't put those connections together.
Anyway, I would not eat a whole jar of pickles, but I could eat a couple pickles, you know. But yeah, cucumbers, I need to add something. They're just, I don't know.
It takes about 12 weeks from sowing the cucumber to the harvesting of the fruit. So keep that in mind. It's not it's 3 months, about 90 days.
I want to tell this fun fact.
Okay.
In northern England, pickled cucumbers are sometimes called wallies. And in Roman times, Emperor Tiberius had cucumber on his table daily, all year round.
He was the first one to develop the greenhouse because he wanted to eat cucumber every day.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you can grow cucumbers in 12 weeks. That does make sense.
About 90 days.
Yeah.
And they don't like cold feet. They don't like to be transplanted. So for those of you who are going to the garden center, seeing your cucumbers in the starts, bypass them. Save your $2, $4, $8, whatever they are. Buy your pack of jung seed cucumbers and use the coupon code TG25. Was it 10? And you can verify that jung coupon. Get your seeds from Jung Seed and
15 TG25.
15 TG25 to get save 15% off your order. They're all available under the Money tab at our parent website, the WisconsinVegetableGardener.com.
The Money tab.
The Money tab. And plant the seeds when the soil is 60 to 65 degrees at root zone. So about 2 inches below surface. Use a digital meat thermometer to get you a good reading, because the transplanting of the cucumber that you've bought like for $5 at the garden center and the seed that you plant, which you get like 30 or 50 seeds for, or even 100 for like $1.50, $2, in 4 weeks are the same size.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. Yes. So 12 weeks. So growing cucumbers, you want to have full sun. That's ideal. They want a lot of sun. You want nice loose soil. It's not necessary to be like super loose. They can grow in kind of not
concrete clay.
Not concrete clay either. After the last frost date is when you want to put your cucumbers out, but you want the soil to be 65 degrees. As Joy had mentioned, no cold feet. So you want to make sure that you are past like.
And there's a certain point, that 12 weeks, there's a certain point, they're not going to go from Memorial Day to Labor Day in most instances.
No.
They're going to, you can succession plant and go like but you got to watch your last frost date or your first average frost date too. But there's a time in there in which you can get a second planting in, so you can, as the one fades away, the other will be kind of picking up.
You want to trellis them.
Yes.
Joy didn't grow up trellising. I did.
No.
So, but trellising is good. You can see them easily, gets them off the ground, keeps them from pests, etc. Watering is important. They are 95% water, which means that they like watering.
Your drip irrigation system or some type of irrigation system is the way to go.
Yeah. You want to harvest them. You don't want to wait. You want to harvest them regularly. So if you are growing, pickling like gherkin kind of cucumbers, you want to make sure that once they get to the point where they are that pickling size, you harvest them. You don't wait for them to get bigger, because the more frequent you harvest, the better they'll produce, especially if you want a lot of them to pickle or eat or whatever you might do. Cucumber juice, I don't know. Pollinate, they do need pollinators. So
there is some varieties that do not, they have engineered these, not like GMOs, but they don't need pollination, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so harvest often, harvest regularly.
Those are the ones typically grown in the commercial greenhouses because there is not pollination in the greenhouses.
Oh, that's interesting. But classically you want to make sure they're getting pollinated unless you have that variety. So you do want to make sure you are keeping your eye on them as they grow. And I don't know if they have many pests. Not really. Maybe the leaves do. But yeah. So
you get powdery mildew.
Oh, that's right, powdery mildew. So, and again, as Joy had mentioned, they're not the Memorial Day to Labor Day. They don't go past Labor Day typically. It's more of it's a shorter season vegetable.
Right. Well, Walton's has everything you need for your cooking and butchering needs.
We are brought to you today by Walton's Inc. We know you care about where your food comes from. Canning and preserving your fruits and vegetables is great, but what about the meat? At Walton's, they have everything you need to go from animal to edible. They also have meatgistics.com to help educate people on the hows and whys of meat processing as well, such as a community of 15,000 users to help give their guidance on meat processing issues. They have decades of experience in the meat processing industry and are trying to bring that information to the home processor. So if you go to waltonsinc.com and you use code GROW50, GROW50, that gets you 10% off orders of $50 or more. They help you go from animal to edible. Again, it's waltonsinc.com, code GROW50.